And a true friend of the program, Dennis Gates, men's head basketball coach, joins us from Indianapolis, where the team stayed after they won the Horizon League championship. And Coach, I told you a few minutes ago, you're a true friend of the program. You joined me on your birthday. You joined me before you're getting ready for the first practice to get ready for the NCAA tournament. Tell me how proud you are of your guys. I know it was a goal to win the Horizon League. You got it done in Indy, and you have stayed on the road.
Hey, I'm excited. I'm proud to see that the guys are achieving the goals that match their hard work behind the scenes from day one, and it matches their sacrifices. Everything that they have done leading into this point has led us right to the doorstep of an opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament. What I do, it hadn't hit me yet. I look at the joy in their faces, in addition to the joy in the voices and the faces of my staff. They've done a tremendous job, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the leadership of our campus. Harlan Sands, our president, who has been unbelievable, and our athletic director, Scott Garrett.
When you look at the challenges, there were some moments where it was kind of like, in the Horizon League, but you found a way to get it done. You get to the championship game, and you really took control of that. How proud are you of the way you performed in the Horizon League tournament?
Well, I'm proud of our entire year. I think our situations where some may look at it as those moments of embarrassment or something like that, we look at it as opportunities to learn and lessons that allowed us to continue to grow in a positive way, but also continue to believe more in ourselves as we went along in these tough games. It molded us. It allowed us to show some type of resilience, but also build the amount of perseverance it takes to cut down nets and hold up trophies, which is what we were able to do for the regular season and in the conference tournament.
All right, let's turn our attention to the NCAA tournament. You get a tough one. Houston, a really good basketball team. What's the message to the team?
First of all, everyone's 0-0. No records comes along with you in the NCAA tournament at all. No ranking that decides who you are. I think both teams are going to go out there and play as hard as they can and give their very best. And once you look at that big picture, you have to understand unfortunately, if two teams are out there playing as best as they can, someone has to lose and someone has to move forward. That is just the climate of a March Madness, but it's also the magic associated with it along the way.
Have you gotten a chance to look at the Cougars? What are some of the things you look at when you get ready to play the Houston Cougars?
Well, first of all, I look at their head coach, Calvin Sampson, winning 660 wins, definitely a Hall of Famer in his own right, been around the business for a long time and has done a tremendous job at those stops that he's made along the way. His last stop here at the University of Houston is nothing short of excellent. He's had multiple years of NCAA tournament. This team that he has right now is probably one of the most underrated teams in our field of 64 or 67. But also he has a program that I believe is a top 5, top 10 caliber program when it comes to talent, when it comes to balance, when it comes to their style of play. And it can cause really a lot of problems moving forward. We have to do our job and worry about what Cleveland State does. And that's give our very best, no different than we've done from day one of the season's beginning.
You've gotten contributions from a number of players throughout the season. How important is it that collective team aspect of it if you're going to have success in the NCAA tournament?
Well, it's very important. It's very important that we continue to win by committee, that we continue to play the unselfish style that we play. We continue to execute how we've executed. I think our conference has prepared us exactly for what we could see in the NCAA tournament. And that's games that comes down to hopefully one possession. There's games that you have to maybe come back from behind, but you have to show your true character. And your true character is trying to be as consistent as possible and do the things that got you to this point.
Now, you won the Horizon League tournament in Indianapolis. That's where it was held this year. You're going to stay. You have stayed in Indianapolis, Indiana, as well. Are there challenges with being on the road for that long? I know it's what's required due to the pandemic, or is that an advantage for your guys?
Well, I look at it as it allows you to adjust to where you need to be. And we needed to be here anyway. There was no sense in us getting on the bus, packing the bus, going back, coming back, and prolonging where we were going to end up anyway. I think when you look at the difference of the NCAA tournament, we would have had to go somewhere else and you wouldn't learn of that destination until Selection Sunday. That was the element that was missing. We all knew in the country where we were going to go, but the element of what city you were going to play in, what venue you were going to play in was not really absent. I think when you add it all up, it was the right decision. It allowed our guys to stay and focus. But once again, if we got back to Cleveland, we were going to be as safe as possible, making sure we were quarantining. And what better way to be in the same city you were playing in?
What's going to be the message? You're going to go out and practice here in a couple hours for the first time. What's going to be the message to the guys when you get on the floor and get ready to face the Houston Cougars?
Well, that's a good question. The message sometimes comes from within. It comes from within our leadership within the team. And our team is a very, very special group. And hopefully they have continued to show not only the fans, but, the world who they are. And this is a moment where eyes are on you. It's just not on you, halftime or on a sports ticker. It's on you. And I want our guys to continue to do the things, which I know they will, do the things that they have repeatedly done throughout this year, but also make sure that they understand we can't move forward without each other. And that's what has allowed us to get to this point, and that's what has allowed us to cut down some nets and win some championships.
Last thing I'll ask you before I let you go, Coach, what is the recipe for a Vikings win against the Houston Cougars? Let's see if we can cook one up. What's the recipe for a win here?
Well, first of all, we got to figure out the important game plan, which we'll have a staff meeting here shortly again. We allowed our staff last night to watch as much film as they can and try to now get all our minds together and get to a point where we come up with that game plan. I believe in Rob Summers, our offensive coordinator. I believe in Ryan Sharbaugh, our defensive coordinator. I believe in Drew Joyce III, our special teams coach and special situations coach. He's done, and they all have done, a great job of preparing our team. And once that takes place, I'll have a better clue. But I would be blurting some things out that wouldn't be true, and I don't want to do that to you just for some sound bites. But in all honesty, it's going to come down to our team and individually if we do the things that has gotten us to this point.
Dennis Gate, men's has basketball coach over at Cleveland State. Best of luck. As I told you last time we talked, you're always welcome on the program. You are a true friend of the program, getting ready for that first NCAA tournament. Best of luck. Go get it done, and I appreciate your time. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, and go Vikes.